Hi, this is Chaz Palminteri, and if you're thinking about getting your eyes done, the only person to see is Dr. Rothman of LASIK of Nevada. I flew all the way from New York to be here, and Dr. Rothman did my eyes. And all I could say is, it's a miracle. I could see. You see Dr. Rothman of LASIK of Nevada.
Living in Las Vegas starts now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome from Las Vegas, Nevada, that groovy little podcast that gives you a true first-person look into what it's like to call Sin City your home, the Living in Las Vegas podcast. And now your host, a man who clearly needs some kind of introduction, otherwise you wouldn't know who he was, Mr. Scott Whitney.
Well, hello! Welcome, everybody. Hey, have you ever walked around and you're like, I think I'm having a stroke, and you realize you just have dirty glasses? Well, that occurred to me.
I thought I was having a stroke before the show started.
Really? Why?
You were making my eyeball twitch.
That was Jacob trying to tell you to do things before. Oh, holy crap, it's a whole new day. Welcome, everybody, to the Vegas Video Network and the Living in Las Vegas podcast. I am your host, Scott Whitney. Konnichiwa. Oh, that's a nice stretch. I don't need to go see James. I just stretch.
Well, you do need to see James.
Oh, that's sweet. And I'm joined by my Naughty Jelly Sweet. She is the what the hell is that?
Well, I'm Melissa. Hi. You were too delayed.
What is
Come
that?
on in, Marie.
What is this?
This is Marie. This is a birthday cake.
Oh, did you know about this?
Marie, no, just learned Marie.
Oh,
and
Marie,
I
look at that.
brought it in for us to celebrate. Your birthday
I'm
is
40.
on Thursday. So I thought it was so sweet.
Isn't that sweet?
I thought it was so
guys.
sweet that they brought in, and she even has festive birthday color
well,
nail
look at
polish
this.
on.
Thank you,
We
Marie.
thought it was so sweet.
that's very
so
sweet.
we're gonna have a little.
We're gonna eat it. I'm gonna continue to be a fat pig.
So you might want to call James later for that stretching stuff.
Right.
That might be helpful.
I just said for the stretching. The stretching.
Stu's like, I count 56 candles. Man.
Anyways,
I'm
your
telling
birthday.
you, I'm going to drop the whole radio thing so I can be myself. I can't take it anymore. You people are killing me.
So your birthday is Thursday, and we're just doing a little bit of an early birthday.
Every candle is worth 10.
Yeah, one for each decade.
One for each decade.
You're not in the shoot. You need to lean down and say hi.
Yeah, have her lean down so we can say hi to Marie. There she is. There's Marie. Wait, there she is. Hi, everybody. There she is. Anyways, on today, first of all, I want to say hi and thanks to LASIK Nevada.
Anyways.
Longtime
you
sponsor of
give
the
us that
show. Yeah, it's probably, otherwise I'll eat it during the show.
Anyways, it smells delicious.
A man
That was so
gets
sweet.
a cake.
Careful walking. So sweet.
So LASIK in Nevada, thanks to those guys. By the way, they're doing something new that I didn't know was such a big deal, but I guess it is. A lot of people suffer from dry eye.
Yeah.
Just dry eyes, you know. And so he has a new piece of equipment. He's the only person in Nevada who has it, who solves that problem. I talked to him today.
What do you do?
I didn't go through the whole thing. He just kind of brought it up in just a discussion. He's like, a lot of people have this problem, and they don't really know what to do about it.
You get an extra eyelid, you think, like
that's
a
right.
lizard?
It's very much like a lizard.
He makes you cry.
Right. So
I
anyway.
don't know. What could it be?
So go see LASIK in Nevada. LASIKofNV.com is his website. Dr. Rothman is a good guy. Hey, on today's show, Sisqo apparently watches the show.
Sisqo?
Sisqo.
As in
Thong.
Oh, right.
Our UK trip report. Get it? Trip report. Come on! That was awesome. We become Dora the Explorer this coming weekend, and good news about the Las Vegas housing market. The over-under today is 57 minutes.
Bet the over.
Bet the under. at the ender. Okay. Thanks, everybody.
There's cake. He may be in a hurry.
Right.
That's a good point.
Right.
There's cake. So.
I would say hello to the live studio audience, but screw them.
But they brought you cake.
Some of them are very nice. Some of them are heartless and not to be talked to. But hello to the live studio audience. Hello to our live chat. Hello, live chat people. And let's say hi to our Cracker Jack staff manning the TriCaster. What? Look at that. There she is. You can see her arm. There she is. There she is. There's Tara, the explorer. And Tara. And there's he who remains, Jacob, manning the live chat today. Let's say hi to Jacob. Hello, Jacob.
Look, he looks. Oh.
There he is. There he is. Shut the front door.
Shut the front door.
Shut the front door. What's that? Shut the front door, yo. All right. So first of all, here's the best part about living in Las Vegas. You see stars, and I mean all kinds of stars. And I don't mean the news stars. I don't mean the Rihanna. And
Rihanna.
Who cares about her?
The meteors, like in Russia?
Yeah, no. I mean stars. When you think Vegas, what do you think? You think Wayne Newton. Last night, I'm at the bistro, Bootlegger Bistro. Thank you. You know, I'm a little out of practice. It's been a couple weeks.
You know what I like is
me.
I do. I love you. But you would think. You and Jacob, it's like almost a marriage. You know how sometimes the husband and wife can answer each other? You and Jacob are now like that, where you guys can almost answer each other.
Which one's the wife? Be careful with the answer.
I'm just saying, it's funny because he's like, bootlegger. I'm like, oh.
Well, he knows that I have a slight mental issue. It's because my glasses were dirty.
Mental. Do you mean memory?
No, mental.
Oh, mental.
Yeah. Anyways, so we're at the Bootlegger
memory.
Bistro thing. Kelly Clinton does this thing every Monday night. Starts at about 8:30, 9 o'clock. All these really talented people come in to sing and tell jokes, and it's just really fun. And I went there last night with Marie and Ira and Dave and Alicia were there, and a bunch of other folks, and we were all kind of, it's him, it's Mr. Las Vegas. Now, you got to be kind of careful when you take a picture of Mr. Las Vegas, because, you know, he doesn't want to be harassed.
Did you take his picture?
I got a picture of Wayne Newton.
Oh, my God.
Here's a picture of Wayne Newton. There he is. How cool is that? There's Kelly off to the side singing. There's Wayne shaking hands and kissing babies.
What a fabulous jacket.
Isn't that a great jacket?
Whoa.
And he's got a hell of a tan, too, doesn't he? Oh.
Look at that jacket. He's amazing.
And he was so nice, really, really pleasant. You know, he talked to us for hours. Just a really nice guy. So we want to thank Wayne Newton for letting me take his picture, not kicking my ass for taking that snapshot. Now, here's a question. Am I telling the truth or am I lying?
Lying.
Telling the truth. Okay.
But you guys were there.
On a previous... It's not really Wayne Newton. It's not really Wayne Newton. It's not. Did you think it was?
Yeah.
Really?
Why
No.
are my
Well, look at him.
glasses?
Look how dark his face is.
I don't,
I haven't got your eyeballs in.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's not really Wayne Newton.
I have my glasses
But it
on.
looked like him, huh? But we're going to tell everybody
He's
on the
got
show
the
that it
fancy
was.
jacket
Isn't that a
on.
great jacket? That's a beautiful jacket. Okay. A few
I
shows.
can barely make out that is Kelly. Are you kidding?
Oh, really?
Is that you?
It's so cute.
I should go see Dr. Rothman.
You should. A few shows ago, we mentioned that a UK-based company approached me and said, well, they're a company that makes bras.
Oh, here we go again.
And they're a specialty bra company thing. And
We're back on that. We never did finish that discussion.
Well, we didn't because you haven't. I don't think you've researched that company yet. That was the next step is you're going to research those guys.
Oh.
And so yeah, that's right. So
Did you send me information
I did,
on them?
I did.
You emailed me.
I think so. Yeah, hard to say. Jacob, did I? Thank you. So yep. See.
Are
so anyways,
you sure?
please
No.
let me get.
No, I'm not, but I'll say yes.
But we say we did.
Yeah.
So this bra company came and we would like for you to talk about us, and maybe Melissa could go through the process. I'm like, well, that's what she has to do. She has to go through the process, and if she likes it, she'll talk about it. Blah 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 blah. Well, come to find out, the live chat group, who I love these people.
They've gone rogue.
They've gone rogue. Our live chat has gone rogue.
I know you're not surprised.
No, not really. I'm kind of proud, actually. So we come home from our trip to the UK, which we'll talk about in a minute, and there was a package there. from Amazon. And I'm like, oh, I love packages. Now, I had ordered some stuff for the studio, and I thought, well, that's probably for the studio. So I open it up. And I get this little blue box. Let's go camera one. Blue box. I get this. I'm like, well, that's a very nice box. That probably doesn't have the camera equipment that I expected.
Yeah, it comes in a brown box.
Usually does. So I opened it up, like so. Oh, for the love of gee. Okay. And there was a note. Oh, very nice.
You love notes.
I love
but
notes.
Were you thinking, oh, my parts people don't usually send me notes?
Well, the minute I saw the blue box, I realized, well, something's not right here. Something's different.
You
Something's
thought I
crazy.
sent you something.
Well, I said, did you send this? And you said, no, I don't send you anything. You get no gifts.
Well, that's because I deliver them. I live with you, so I don't.
So in this box, there was this box and then another box. And I'll show you that other box in a second.
2 packages.
2 packages, which may have relevance later. And I had a little thing from Amazon here, right? And camera 2, and there it is. And I opened up.
Have you seen these goodies?
And I opened up over here, and I opened it up and I read it, and it said, "This is from the live chat apparently. If Melissa is trying on bras and reporting on them for the show, then it is only fair that you try on leopard print underwear and report on the show about this comfort and support." So the live chat sent me. A leopard skin thong, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that awesome?
And the live studio audience is now leaving.
The live, right? So, I'll do it.
No!
No! Are you really? Be careful.
Oh, I got to.
Well,
I got to.
don't knock over the camera.
I got to give people what they want.
Careful.
Careful now.
Careful.
Now, I initially thought.
I don't know if those are big enough for all your
Oh, my goodness.
package.
All this.
They're big enough.
All this stuff here. By the way, it's actually just pretty tight.
Keep on going.
Well, here,
there.
hold my mic pack. There we go.
Oh, I thought you were going to ask me.
Hold my package.
Okay.
There it is.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Oh, my God.
That's good, huh?
Get your shirt out.
Get my shirt out of there, 'cause that's not right.
Oh.
It looks like a cod
Look
piece.
at that. Look at that.
All yours.
Look at that.
What?
Oh,
Now, this all
God.
came about because my very first trip overseas, I went to a place called Hedonism, it's a nudist thing and a prudist thing, and I actually brought a leopard skin thong to Hedonism. So I'm like, okay, I get it. This is very nice. But wait, there's more.
But you were cracking up, weren't you?
Oh, I was in his. What do you got, Jacob?
The live chat over here
Is blowing up.
have some comments.
I do that.
Several.
I
So
bet they do.
Let me just highlight a couple of these. Ted said he's hiding his eyes. Mike Q had a couple of choice words. He called it a banana hammock,
Yep.
and he also called it a turd slicer.
That's sweet.
Oh.
And then
That's not good.
Jackie said, "Oh my God, I'm at a loss."
Right. And then,
So there you go.
you see what Ted wrote? Scott will be serving cocktails later
Oh yeah.
at Drink and Drag.
And Copsa said it may be snowing outside, but it's getting warm in here.
So I'm like, okay, I got it. This look here, what's
but we're not
happening
done.
here, I'm in. I got it. I'll wear this around. I'm actually.
Your birthday's coming up this weekend.
That feels pretty good, actually. It feels very nice. Okay, so I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait, is it like what they get dogs, those thunder jackets?
Yes, that's right. I'm less scared now. That's right. I feel much more secure that I've got this on.
And if you don't know what a thunder jacket is, I think that's what it's called, right?
Yeah, it's
It's a little jacket you can put on your dogs that are afraid of things, and it holds the dogs close, and it comforts them.
right. So this is holding me close, and it comforts me. But wait, so I'm like, you know what? The live
Jacob
chat.
is even rubbing his head like we have gone too far.
Right, Brian's like, this will be the first show for VVN too. No, this is for the whole new VVN, baby. It's a whole new world.
But what else?
But wait, so I see this. I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. This is pretty fun. I'm like, wait a minute. There's a second box in here. What the hell is going on?
What could it be?
So. Just bring it over here.
He doesn't want to get too close.
Just give me the fucking beer. All right, thank you. So I'm like, God, there's another one. And then I look in this and I'm like, holy crap, what is this? And so let's go to camera 2. And so the first thing I see when I open the box is this. Yeah. So the leopard skin thong isn't enough. I got some of these too.
Jungle trunks.
Jungle trunks.
Well, that's what I think
it's actually called a pouch short. Right. So it's like
I don't think Maria's gonna be the same.
It's like Christmas every day here at the Vegas Video Network. So here's that. Now that's what I like about these.
Lions.
What I like about these, yeah, I don't know if you can see, but
lions
if you
or
look,
tigers?
you see
they're tigers.
Yeah.
There's tigers.
You see tigers, and there's a very obvious pouch here for the junk. And so, well, let's try them.
Are you gonna just put them on?
Oh yeah, put them on top. Why not? Right. Here we go. Hold on.
Oh my God,
geez,
you're
Christ.
making me nervous.
Holy crap. I was thinking about wearing them without pants this morning, and then I actually had breakfast and sobered up. I was like, that's not a good idea. That's not a good look. All right, here we go.
Oh, my goodness.
All
right. My God.
There it is. Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, baby. Oh, that looks kind of sexy right there with the thong and the belt and this. Oh, come on.
Mixed animal print? I don't know.
Wait, hold on.
I think
Easy.
keep going there.
Wait, what am I doing?
I don't know.
Right?
It looks like it's stuck on something there.
Oh, it's probably stuck on,
I don't know what that is in there.
I think this might be a new look.
Stuck on you.
Stuck on me. All right, there it is.
Oh, my God.
It's the Flintstones. What do you got, Jacob?
Again, live chat.
Live chat.
Chat's going crazy.
Live chat's it.
Mike Q said, this is the first tune in, and this is what I see.
Welcome.
Hair Doctor Ron said, please don't put them on. Too late, Ron. Sorry. Ted said, Scott is layering for the winter. And Sammy said, look, the whole new Thunder from Down Under outfit.
I love that.
You go.
Scott is layering for the winter.
Yeah.
That is funny, man. Oh my God. Mike says, those have got to be the most testicle squeezing, sperm killingest drawers I've ever seen.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, you do
Which,
have
by the
two
way,
pairs.
is the name of my new band. So,
Are you feeling uncomfortable? Are you feeling comforted? Are you feeling?
Bob, you're doing Bob.
I only do audio for a reason.
Yeah, no, I will say that it is getting a little warm down there. But
you can power through. You're going to make the under, right?
I'm going to have to make the under now, otherwise my balls are going to catch on fire.
Right.
But I have to get out. Anyway, so thanks to, and I have cake.
Yeah.
So thanks to the live chat who sent those in. And we know who you are, and we appreciate it. They're good. Those are good people right there. And they're not from this side of the pond, I would argue. Right? Okay. All right. Up next. Hold on. It's gotta. Jeez Louise.
Someone wants to know if you're losing oxygen. You need to take those off.
I feel like I gotta take
from the live chat.
I gotta take one of these off.
Yeah, okay, well, come to me. Let's not see that. Let's go here.
I feel like
me. There.
I don't mind these. Yeah, here we go.
Jackie said that is regarding the under that you are wearing the under.
I'm wearing the under.
And Ron says you must be losing oxygen.
No, they're all owing because I put this on my head.
Do that.
I'm not gonna do it. They're nice though, aren't they? Right. That feels a lot better.
Oh my God.
That's a nice look, huh? Okay. We should have like a crotch shot.
No.
Camera 5.
No.
Crotch shot. I'm kidding. Stop it. So as was alluded to previously, it is my birthday this coming Thursday. I'll be 27, and we decided what we're going to do this weekend. What? We decided that we would do a little, staycation, hang out on the Strip for Friday night and Saturday night.
Which I think could go risky.
It could go risky.
Especially with those shorts.
Because, actually, somebody in the live chat, who we're about to throw out, by the way, said, or the live audience said, especially in those shorts, I think I'm going to get an upgrade if I come in with those. They're going to say, hey, we're just going to get you in a room. Please get out of the lobby. So,
maybe at Bill's gambling house.
I've been fascinated for a while about this application called Hotel Now, or Hotel Tonight. And the premise of this application is stand by. It goes to these different hotels, and it's in a bunch of cities. And at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, it provides deals for that particular city. So in other words, if you logged in and wanted to look at New York, and it was 9 o'clock here, you wouldn't be able to do it. It has to be noon before they open up these deals. So it turns noon in Las Vegas, and then a variety of deals are available to you on this application.
Not noon for the city where it's located.
It's noon for the city. It's noon for the city that you're looking at. So if it was noon here and I looked at Hawaii, it wouldn't be available yet because it's 9 o'clock in the morning.
But if it's New York,
if it was noon here, and then it would be 3 in New York, it'd be okay.
Right.
So, but for here at noon, all the Las Vegas things are available. And I've been watching this application just out of curiosity for a while, and I've seen some really cool deals. So what we're going to do, we're going to play Dora the Explorer. I'm very excited about this. Or it's going to be complete crap.
I've not bought in on this for my birthday, by the way.
So what you do here? We're gonna go to the stand by. The Android camera 4. Here we go. There it is. So here it is. This is. You can see you have like Las Vegas, and you got all kinds of different places. So if you go to Las Vegas, it shows you all the deals that are currently available at this moment. And now deals drop out as the day goes on. Sometimes they pull them off completely, or they say sold out. Like for example,
do they add new deals later in the day?
I haven't seen that they've added new deals. I normally don't see new stuff come on.
So the early bird gets the worm.
Yeah, absolutely. So for example, the Polo Towers here, normally $150, $67 for tonight. And they have different ratings, basic. So right now, all that's available is Stratosphere, Riviera, Polo, actually that's not available. And then off strip, you can see Cannery, Fiesta, South Point, and then they also have Red Rock down here as well. And I checked the pricing on this, and if you click on, for instance, Red Rock, it brings up some information, so some address information, some photos here. You can get info, why they like it, what you need to know, what it's going to cost, how many rooms, how big are the rooms, all that kind of stuff. It's really pretty cool. And then if you want it, you simply just say book a room, and you go through the process. Now, as I said before, I've seen this with as many as maybe 10 or so hotels on it. Right now, there's only 3 on the Strip.
So if we were doing this on your birthday, we might be at the Riviera or the Polo Club.
Maybe, if we go through with this. Now we're going to do this at noon.
What do you mean if we go through with it?
We're going to do it at noon. And right when all the deals are available. So and then if there's nothing good, then I'm going to blame it on the something. Blame it on something.
And what? And
then we'll go somewhere else.
You won't do that.
But well, maybe it might be kind of fun. I know people. Yeah, we'll see. But that's what we're going to do. 2 nights in a row. We're going to probably stay in 2 different places. Did you know that? You didn't know that?
No.
I think we'll do that because look what you can do.
Melissa's living out of the bag.
The other thing that's cool is that, these are for 1 night. That's one night, but you can also say, well, how about if I want 2 nights? And it redoes it. So that's $58 a night average for 2 nights at Strat, but if it's just 1 night, it's $85. Did you see that? Oh, so that's pretty interesting.
What if you want to upgrade?
Well,
you want to stay in the luxury presidential suite.
Yeah, I don't know. My guess is that you could go there, book the room, and then after you book the room, when you show up, you could go in and say, hey, we'd like to upgrade. My guess you could do that.
You're not going to get a good deal then.
Well, but you've already started a good deal.
Yeah, but they're probably not going to give you, then you probably go to the regular rate.
Yeah, probably. Who knows?
Huh. But they don't offer that on that website.
They don't have upgrades, no. You just get whatever room that they're giving you here. But we're going to try this. We're going to give it a shot and see what it looks like.
My question would be this. I got my mic on now. I know they can't see me. Is once you check in, could you then upgrade your room once you checked in on the deal?
I would think so.
Maybe
see
you
why
pay
not.
extra, whatever.
Yeah, you'll probably pay the delta, but I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. The question is, do you then pay full boat for the upgrade, or do you pay the delta from what the price should be? Like, for instance, the price on the Stratosphere should be $119.
Right.
But they're saying for one night it's 85. Do I pay 85 to the upgrade or the 119 to the upgrade? I don't know.
I'd say you pay the 119 to them.
Well, that's what I would prefer. But they may say,
Yeah,
well, yeah,
exactly.
it depends on who's checking you in probably, and probably a variety of things. But I think it's fast. I mean, I open this application probably 3 or 4 times a week just to see some of that. And the Palazzo has been on this, Bellagio has been on this, MGM has been on this. I think was Wynn on this. I think TI has been on it. So, some nice properties have been on this.
Main ones.
Yeah.
How about have any of you said Bellagio?
I think I saw Bellagio.
I was wondering if any of the
Caesars?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Caesars properties I've seen. I've seen both
the
Caesars
MGM.
and MGM proproperties on here. So yeah, we'll give it a shot.
And you've seen, didn't you? You said the Palazzo.
Palazzo. Yeah. Remember we were looking at this last week. It was a Palazzo, and it was a huge
And this
discount.
weekend it was sold out, right?
Yeah, and there was a huge discount. And this is pretty accurate. This number that you see here, the 119, we kind of sniffed around. This 119 here, I went on their website. This was actually for the Palazzo last week. And that number was the price that you would get right off their website. So it was really accurate. It was really pretty cool. So we'll give it a shot, and we'll report back on whether it's a good idea or not. Okay? Okay. That's part 1
I'm
of the
scared.
Android cam. Yes, Jacob?
Ted in live chat just looked and he said, wow, Strat is going for 119. So
Well, that's cool.
there it is.
So that it shows that in fact that's an accurate number. And I checked Palazzo, I checked Tropicana was on there last week, and one other one. 2 of the 3, the pricing that they had there was exactly the same. 1 was not right, but 2 of the 3 were right. So I think it's pretty cool. All right, so we'll do that. What else? I actually skipped ahead. I forgot about the UK trip, didn't I? Look at that. Ouch. So the reason why we didn't do a show last week and the week before is because we were in the UK. I want to talk about that just briefly. Part of it has a pretty cool Vegas-y vibe. I was at a show called ICE, which in Las Vegas, there's a show called G2E, which is just a big gaming show. And I'm not going to show you a lot of pictures, but I thought I've had people ask me, what do you do there? I want to show you a couple really quick pictures of what was going on there.
Pictures of us in pubs?
No, but I do have a picture of us in a pub, as a matter of fact. So ICE is actually the largest gaming show in the world, bigger than the one here in Las Vegas. So
And now
tons of people
and
there.
That's because there's a lot of online gaming companies there and regular traditional casino companies.
Yeah. And so I worked for a company called IGT, which is a real large gaming company here. And are you going to catch that focus? Yeah. It's right. And so a couple quick pictures I want to show you. This is the IGT booth as it was getting built. It's just amazing how chaotic this place is. And it's like building a city in 3 days or 4 days. And so all this stuff was all over the place. And then the next photo shows you what it ended up looking like. And I was in charge of the video up on that screen there. So what we did is we had cameras running around the booth, and we were taking people, live shots of what was going on. Then we'd take it and put them up on that big screen there. It was really, really a lot of fun. And then one thing I saw that I thought was really cool. This was not in our booth. This is a different booth. Is this guy right here? It might be a little hard to see, but what you're seeing there is a steam curtain being blown up from that pedestal, and on the steam curtain is a video image placed upon it. Isn't that neat? I thought that was really clever.
You love that.
I really thought that was the coolest thing. People were taking pictures of that all day. I'm like, that's really clever. Of course, you can just go by it and blow on it, and you lose the graphic.
And you
there.
did, didn't you?
No.
Yes, you did. You for sure did.
I didn't blow on it. There are people watching.
You waved your hand? You did something.
Move forward, anyways. I wouldn't do that.
Yes,
By the way,
yes.
I'm feeling very comfortable.
Are you feeling
in my
less
crotch.
anxiety?
I'm feeling very relaxed now. This is a nice look, don't you think? It's like the Bermuda Triangle of doom. Okay. Yes, live chat.
Oh, Mike. Ted said, just to follow up from the Hotel Tonight app, that the D right now is going for $33 a night. So he's not sure why the Strat's so freaking high.
On the Hotel
Strip.
Tonight?
Yeah.
On the Hotel Tonight, the D is...
No, Hotel Tonight doesn't have the D. He was just doing a compare and contrast. Right. He's basically saying,
yeah.
I don't know. Hard to say.
That's interesting. $34
Because it's on the
a
Strip.
night.
Yeah.
Magic is
I haven't seen.
That's
That's it. Magic is in town. That's why the price drops so much tomorrow.
Yep.
Right? That's it. That's it. Wow, that was some awesome investigative reporting
We have good listeners.
by the
Smart.
studio audience. That was pretty cool. That's it. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so also on the trip, a couple things that I noticed about London. We've been there a couple times in England. We spent some time with our good friends Neil and Sarah.
We also got to see David and Stuart,
David,
Paul and
Stuart,
Caroline.
and Paul and Caroline. We saw lots. We actually felt pretty fancy, didn't we?
Well, it's interesting because we actually know.
I think we know more people in London
we
or
know
in
UK
England.
people. So it was fun for me because David and Stuart came over on Sunday.
Right.
Because I went with you.
Right.
And I didn't have anything to do on Sunday. So after I got over a little jet lag, then David and Stuart came over and we went and did a tour of the London Tower Bridge.
Right.
And you can go up in the top part.
In the tower?
It's like 2 stories, and then there's a walkway up on
Right.
top,
Right.
and there's like a little museum thing up there. Did you know?
I didn't know
did
about
I tell
the museum.
you we went up there?
I think you did.
Yeah, we went up there, and then we went across the way over the
Right.
river, and went to a pub, of course, and then we went to a nice restaurant with David and Stuart.
Right, OXO. But so a couple things that I noticed, or one thing that really struck me. One day we went. Was it Crewe we went to? Was that the city we went to?
Well, I
with
don't know
Neil
which
and Sarah?
story you're telling, but we
Is
took
that the
a
place we
train
went to?
to Crewe.
Is that where? No.
Cheshire?
Where was the place that we went to where
really
we went to
old
the
town?
pub? Yeah. What town was
Cheshire?
that? Cheshire?
Cheshire?
Cheshire? Okay. So we went to this place just to kind of hang out for the day and just look around and stuff. And basically, the Mitchell Whitney rule is the girls go and shop, and Neil and I go to a pub and set the world to right. And so we got there to this place, and there were probably, as far as you could throw a rock, let's say 10 pubs. Let's say.
There were a lot of
Pubs everywhere. And that's kind of the way it is in the UK. And that's just the thing.
It's not bad.
No, it's interesting.
enjoy
But
that.
here's what I noticed. I really noticed when we were there. And I've got a couple photos. This is the first photo inside. This is just one of the thousands of pubs in the UK. I couldn't even tell you the name of it. But we went in there, took a couple pictures. This is a picture of Neil and Sarah and Melissa. But I want you to look in the background and look how pubby that looks. It was so unbelievably inviting. All 4 of us commented on how nice that pub was. It was just really inviting, and this is the middle of the day. There wasn't really anybody there but us. But they were there, and they're pouring their slightly warm beer, and everybody was pretty pleasant, and all that wood was everywhere.
They tried their first honey jack.
As a matter of fact, I entered that
You see the little shot
that
glass?
shot in front of Neil is his very first honey jack. My work here is done. But I noticed that I haven't seen an English pub in Las Vegas that feels or looks like that. One exception, it's close. Is it called Rira? Is that the one it's called? The one over by...
Rira, Mandalay Bay?
Yeah.
Yep.
That one does a pretty good job of approximating
What
an
about
Irish
that other one
pub.
that we go to?
What
the
other one?
Irish, we go to the one with
Oh,
Dave
the one
and
that Dave and
Alicia.
Alicia like. It just
Is that Crown and Anchor?
No, it's McMullen.
Yeah,
McMullen's.
McMullen's. So
It's
yeah,
not quite
that's,
this. It's a little more Americanized. But you have to remember, those pubs have been around, some of them, since like the 1800s,
Yeah, it's
1700s.
And by the way, that whole stuff creeps me out. To me, it creeps me out that there are doorknobs that are older than my country. I really don't
But
like
I'm just
that.
saying, it looks authentic because it is authentic.
Yeah. No, I get it. But it's interesting because actually McMullen's.
McMullen's or Rira?
Well,
But,
and
yeah.
there's three
I'm not sure
Irishmen
McMullen's is the
or
right
whatever,
word, right
three-
name. So yeah, that one's
McMullen's
pretty
is right.
close. I think Rira, may have had a little bit more of that vibe to me. You think so? The same?
Yep.
Jacob. but I've been to other pubs that they're just not even close. And I don't know if it's just because it's 100 or 400 years old, or I don't know what it is, but God, it was so different being in that kind of place and hanging out. And it's one other picture that we took at this pub, and this is just all four of us. Unfortunately, we didn't have a very good time.
Well, but look, you can see, look at the etched glass, and then you can see behind my head there's like a lead glass, it's like a curio cabinet that was a built-in behind the bench that we were sitting in.
Right.
Where they had like some ceramic pieces or whatever. Like, they just would not put that amount of effort into something here in the United States.
And I think you might notice that kind of thing. I mean, I felt like I noticed it when I was there. I just felt like, gosh, this really is different than what we've got going on in Vegas. So it was just fascinating. It's not a judgment.
You liked it, didn't you?
I did. I liked, there's things I don't like about London. It's cold, or England. It's cold, it's wet, everything is small. I can't get my fat ass into the bathtubs, they're too skinny for my fat ass. The showers are too small for me. But other than that, I like it. Other than that, oh, there's one other thing I don't like. I broke my toe in England.
Are you going to show that picture?
You bet. So here's how this worked. So we were there at Neil and Sarah's house, and they have this really cool, not really a painting, it's a graphic that they've got. And you have that picture, Tara? So this is in their hallway. They have this in their hallway. And what this is just all the different things.
I didn't know you had taken a photo of that.
Yeah, all the different things that they've done. And, the bigger things they've done more of. And so you can see Vegas and Stratosphere and Mandalay. And if you look carefully, you'll see VVN, you'll see Living in Las Vegas, you'll see the Whitneys, right? So we were looking at this and talking about it. And I think this was the second night we were there, which would be Friday night? Yeah, Friday night. And this is in the hallway. Now, I'm talking to Neil. We're just BSing a little bit. And I believe what happened was, I'm not exactly sure, but I believe Sarah called my name. Is that right? Do you know?
She asked if you wanted a bottle of water from
right.
upstairs.
So we were getting ready to go to bed. And by the way, the drink I had previous to that was tea. So I wasn't drunk. I wasn't even close to drunk. I was just hanging out, kind of just chilling out.
Yes.
So I'm talking to Neil. Sarah goes, hey, do you want some tea? So I pirouette. So camera one.
It was more like a Michael Jackson spin.
It was like a Michael Jackson. So I'm facing this way. I spin on my left leg, whipping my right leg around. And down there, here are the stairs. Stairs are right here, going upstairs. Well, right next to the stairs, where it simply does not belong, is this cat scratch pole. You know what cat scratch on?
It belonged there. The reason was because they were trying to get it not to scratch the carpet on the steps.
Well, if it were up to me, I would not have put that there. And here's why.
How did they know, that
Scott would slam his toe in there.
Dance moves?
So I
like how you're blaming it on the cat stand.
It's not their fault. It was my fault. So I spun around, and on your foot, the second toe, the toe next to your big toe, is the longer toe usually, unless you're mildly, crazy. And so my second toe was, the lead pack, and went into the base of this thing at Mach 3. It felt like. So I hit this thing, bam. And when you hit something and it's going to hurt, but you've got that half a second before it hurts, man, I knew from the sound of that hit that this was not going to be good.
It didn't sound good, and you know how I knew it was really bad?
Because I cried?
You didn't cuss very much.
Oh, no, I couldn't cuss. I had no words.
You were in so much pain. He was in so much pain, he couldn't cuss very much.
Right, literally...
it's bad when he's not hardly cussing.
It took the breath out of me, and I saw stars. Blam!
Wait, did you see
Tweety birds? And I'm like, oh my God. And you don't want to cry. You don't want to be a little girl. So I'm like, oh, jeez. And it just kept hurting. It didn't stop. I mean, I stubbed my toe. I'm like, that sucked a little bit. No, this was like, oh, how's that? Boom! Throb. I'm like, okay, well, I got to go to bed now. So I limp up the stairs, go to bed, lay down, and I decided to take some pictures. And this is like, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes after I had hit my toe. I decided to take a couple pictures. So that's that second from the big toe. And by the way, it got completely purple. It got black. The black went all the way down my toe into my foot. And then here's the bottom side of that same toe. Yeah. It
looked way worse than this the next day.
Yeah, that was the day of.
Did you take a picture the next day?
I didn't. I thought about it, but I'm like,
Oh, it was way worse than this.
So, I mean, it was a bummer. So, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to bed. I lay in bed. I've got my foot up on the... putting ice on it was like, holy crap, that hurts. So I have my foot up. I got ice on it. I'm trying to get some sleep. I finally go to sleep. I wake up. I'm like, okay, that's not so bad. I think I'm going to be okay. Probably didn't break it. Got to go to the bathroom. Ah! My God! So we decided to test out the free healthcare in the UK.
You liked it, didn't you?
And here's a picture of us doing just that. So we go to this place. Neil makes a few calls, and there I am in the emergency room. And I'm wearing Crocs, by the way. And I would never wear Crocs.
Well, now you might.
Because they are the ugliest shoes in the world until you wear them. And they're the most comfortable shoe in the world. I get it. I know why that Mario Butabudla, whatever that chefy guy, now I know why he wears them. They're awesome comfortable. So I'm like, hey, these are pretty clever. So we go to this place, and our timing was perfect. There wasn't a lot of people there. I walk up there, give him my name, give him my address or whatever, who's your next of kin? I'm like, Melissa. And Neil's like, it probably should be me since I'm in the UK. I'm like, yeah, Neil's my next of kin. I don't know. Whatever you want.
I thought I was your next of kin.
Help a brother out, man. So they take a look at the toe. I think I waited for 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. They bring me into triage. Which would never
happen in the United States,
They bring me to triage. Yeah, right. They bring me to triage, and they're like, okay, let's take a look at it. I take off, and it had gotten purpler than that, blacker than that. And they're like, well, that's a broken toe. Like, yeah, no kidding. Well done, Sherlock. And he's like, well, we're not going to X-ray it. I'm like, well, I would like the X-ray. That'd be kind of funny. He goes, no, we're not going to X-ray it. I said, why not? He goes, well, we know it's broken. It's pretty obvious that it is. But more importantly, it doesn't matter if it's broken or not, because we're not going to do anything if it's broken. I'm like, going to do anything? Give me a hug, maybe a kiss, maybe a thong? No, we're not going to do anything, because basically we can't splint it. You've actually got two toes on both sides. It acts like a splint.
They said they could tape them.
We could tape them together, but I said, okay, right. So they said, okay, we're going to have somebody take a look at it, a little bit more. I said, okay, great. So maybe another 20 minutes, 30 minutes, tops, whatever. A gal brings this back in there, and I'm limping in there. And she goes, well, let me take a look. She takes a look at it. She, goes to grab it. I'm like, hey, whoa, hey.
She did go to touch it. I was like, that's not going to go well. I was really surprised.
Yeah, that toe's broke, hon. You keep your little UK hands off of it. They don't want it. They're probably cold, because it's cold everywhere. It's cold. She's like, yep, looks like it's probably broken. And we're probably, there's nothing we can do. Do you have any drugs? I'm like, do I have any drugs?
Do you have any drugs?
Don't you guys have drugs? How does this UK thing work? Give the brother some drugs. He goes, well, you probably, just get your over-the-counter drugs. Don't you understand? I've got a big purple grazing for a toe. I would like something more. We're not going to really give you anything. I said, okay. I said, can I get a boot? Well, we don't really normally do.
Because you're going to be walking through the airport.
She said, well, we don't normally give out boots for that. I'm like, hold on. Here, the only reason why I want a boot is because I'm going to go on an airplane ride in a couple days, and I want people the hell away from my feet. I want people to know that I'm a cripple. And she's like, oh, it's a good idea. And that was it. She came in with a boot. And she's just, here's your boot. Put the boot on. I'm like, there you go. There's your boot.
Well, the boot was hard on the bottom, so your foot wouldn't.
Yeah, it looked it looked like a small ski.
Because you wouldn't have been able to put those shoes back on to get home. I mean.
So we did the boot thing on the way home, and we called up British Airline and told them, I've got this, and they didn't show up anywhere, so I'm limping throughout the entire airport.
Well, we thought it might help you get from one terminal to the other, but that didn't happen.
It wasn't as good as it could have been, but literally 2 days later, I'm like, this boot hurts more than just wearing shoes, so I'm wearing this regular shoes.
You're good now.
I'm good. It still hurts. but it's not as bad. So if you're going to break your toe, ask for a boot.
And do it in the UK because it's free to get it looked at.
That's free. Yeah. And now I'm in the system.
You're in the system.
That's pretty exciting. All right. What else? Let's see. We did that. We talked about the bra. Oh, I forgot about. God, I'm not doing anything that I said I was going to do in my list.
No, and you put the over at 50?
Where are we at?
45.
Are you kidding me?
Negatory. My words are impeccable.
Wow. I was looking at the wrong list. That's.
Which happens.
Happens. Hey, some other VBN news. God dang it. Anyways, God dang it. That sucked. I do want to say this about that. We have, for as long as I can remember, God dang it, I was looking at the wrong, I was looking at my teens list. I'm like, yeah, we're kind of going right through there. We're doing really well. I'm like, wait a minute, I got all this content below me. Son of a bitch. All right. I do want to say this about that.
Wait, are you gonna say anything about that we had the world's best fish and chips while we were there? Are you moving?
I didn't think we had the world's best fish and chips. You thought that.
Oh my God, it was so good.
I didn't think so. It was fish and chips.
Oh, okay.
They're good, but they weren't. I mean, it wasn't the world's best.
Delicious.
I do want to say this real quick. We have a new person on the Vegas Video Network. I was going to say this before, but I'm going to say it now. We have the Amazing Johnathan is on the network right now, and I will tell you, it has been the most fascinating, interesting thing that I've done since we've been here in the Vegas Video Network. Fascinating. Now, this is a guy, I didn't remember how many things of his I have stolen until I remembered and went through some of his old videos. So like I do a thing, or I don't have it, or I take a pencil and stick it up my nose and pull it out my mouth and stick it in my ear. That's Amazing Johnathan's. You know, the thing where you crack your neck. Actually, I could do it with this. He does a thing where you put this behind, you don't see, you go, that. I love that. That's his. I stole it from him. Anyways, he's on the network now for a show called Burn Unit. I want to show you a couple clips of this show to get an idea of what he's doing here. It is crazy. Yes, Bob, it is going to be on iTunes. We just submitted it today. So a couple quick looks at Burn Unit. First of all, we start with, what's the guy's name? Something Alaking. What's the...
Skippy.
Skippy Alaking. Skippy Alaking is the voiceover, is the actual person who introduces the show. This is Skippy Alaking on Burn Unit.
In the fun, father, mother, son, do the bunny hop, 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 hop.
May I have your attention, please? Welcome to Burn Unit, starring the Amazing Johnathan. Jonathan's not quite ready yet, so I get to tell one of my favorite jokes. Little old man, little old lady, they're sitting in Central Park. Little old man says to the little old lady, I bet you can't tell me how old I am.
Yeah, so that joke goes a little dark right after that. Melissa's like, was that eye drawn in like that? No, we're not abusing animals. Putting, magic marker. Come here.
That's crazy that you would get not you, but
it's crazy that
find a bunny
that could talk.
Yeah. Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes, it's absolutely insane.
We have 3 bunnies that talk.
I do love that.
Isn't that pretty funny?
Yes, I do.
And then the second, we got a couple more videos to show you real fast. The next one is what? Which one is this one? Drew. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So our second guest on the second show was some guys from a Sideshow Freak show, or Sideshow Freaks, or whatever. And this is not for the
Swing
week of
Shift Slide
Swing
Show.
Shift Slide.
Or Sideshow.
Sideshow. That's
Swing
better.
Shift
That's
Slide
right.
Show. There you go.
And,
so if you have a queasy stomach, you may not watch
this. This is not good. On the other hand, if you have nasal congestion problems, solve them. Check this out.
Connected to your mouth. Oh, now this is the really, really sick part. Oh, my Lord. Unbelievable. No, I don't want to get hit. I don't want to get hit with liquid from your nose.
It got worse. It really did. It was pretty fascinating. Swords swallowing and all kinds of crap. And then the last clip I want to show you. What I love, the tricks, the straw thing. I hope he does the straw thing because it's a great joke. And he does this other thing where he takes his finger. Well, I'll show you what he does with his finger in his ear. Watch this. This is pretty cool.
You never heard of huffing, really?
No.
What did it say?
Magic!
Magic. Okay, perfect. Okay, here's the Someday we're going to green screen that. All right. Here's what we do. I'm going to show you that I can actually put a hole right through my ear like this. As you can see, close up, it's going completely through my ear. And that's, there is no hole in my ear at all.
Excellent.
Well, this one here, but.
There we go.
Ouch! Right? I love that stuff. Anyways, that was the wheel of misfortune. He spins it, and either he does a trick, or he does a prank, or he tells a joke. It's a pretty interesting show. We've done 2 so far that we've put out. We're going to do another one on Wednesday, Thursday, with Geechee Guy. Tons of jokes, just rapid fire joke telling there. It's a lot of fun. So check out Burn Unit. It's on the Vegas Video Network. We've just put it up on iTunes. Check them out there as well. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. This is the Vegas Video Network on the Vegas Video Network. This is the Vegas Video Network on. Wait, this is the Living in Las Vegas podcast on. Screw you. You think you can do this better than me? We'll be right back.
Oh, hi. I'm Kelly Clinton. That stuff. I wonder if Joan Rivers is watching. Oh, please. Oh, my God. Who cares? I don't have a different one. You know who watches this show? Wayne Newton.
You got that right, Kelly. I think you're absolutely beautiful and talented young lady. 5, 6, 9, 12. Talker shit.
More camera time for me. Hey, I wonder if Cher's watching. Oh, please. I have so many other things to do. Woo! Hi, I'm Kelly Clinton. I'm the host of Talk Tales, and you're watching the Vegas Video Network. That was horrible.
I get no kicks from champagne. This is good. Okay, we're back. Welcome. I will tell you that it is literally on fire right now. On fire. We're on fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom.
Okay, so as many of you know, the housing market here in the Las Vegas over the last several years has been, what's the technical term?
Stalled.
Crap. Everybody's underwater, and we're underwater, and all of our friends are underwater, and blah, 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 blah. And then we noticed that there were houses being built.
They're popping up all over
all
town.
over the place.
Have you guys noticed that? Yes. All over town.
And we're like, huh.
New construction.
Yeah. And I'm like, I wonder if this is just an isolated thing in our neck of the woods, or if this is a thing. And come to find out, it's a thing. So a couple websites that will actually prove that to you. The first one is called something or other. I forget what it's called.
Realtor.com.
We'll do that one. That's fine. There's 2 of them. You got 2 of them, right? Yep. So Realtor.com, those are new home constructions. 415 properties are on Realtor.com for new home constructions. And if you go to the other website, which is newhomesource.com. Yeah, that one there, it'll show you something in the neighborhood of 112 matching communities, 500 and some odd houses. So, lo and behold, people are building a lot of houses again, which is really cool. One of our favorite things is looking at new houses. Now, Melissa and I, when we bought our house here in Las Vegas, we bought a new home. It was a lot of fun. Jacob and Sally, their house here is a new home. We're Ira and Marie. Their first house here is a new home. So a lot of us have done that. There's positives and negatives to that. And we've dealt with both the positive and the negatives. But we actually really enjoyed the process of picking out your stuff. And one of our favorite things is to look at new homes and go to open houses.
We used to do it for fun on the weekend.
Right, because we're a fun, kind of happening couple. Hey!
Wouldn't you guys sometimes just go
Nope,
locals?
just
Las Vegas locals? No?
Jacob, did you see Ira?
No, I know people.
No, we like it. I think I maybe...
Jacob, what about you?
What?
You didn't just go and look at open houses?
Actually, Mike says in his...
Do we go and just look at new houses?
Yeah.
While we're in a house?
Yes.
Just hanging out? No. So apparently we're the only ones who do that.
God, I didn't think we were unusual.
No, I really like it.
You go for the chocolate chip cookies?
Mike's got a good point. Building the pool sucks. We did a whole, I think it was our second or third episode on the show, which was back in 2006. We did a whole show on building our pool. That was a nightmare. That was a lot of problems. Other than that, I mean, it's a nice pool, but God, they provided at no cost a 200-gallon-a-day leak underneath our deck. 200 gallons. It took them about 3 months to figure out where the leak came from. And then they tried to blame me on it, or blame us, and I'm like, wait a minute, I got a picture of exactly where you forgot to cap off this little pipe here. And they're like, oh, sorry, we'll cover it forever. Yeah, you will. Anyway, so that's about. But so we've got new houses all over us. We're like, what?
We've been talking about
I want to look at new houses. The reason why I want to show this is because you can really see what your money will buy, because it's changed a lot. When we came here, we bought in 03. We took possession in 04. We moved here in August of 05. Housing during that time was just stupid. I mean, our house appreciated $100,000 in 6 months. Right? And you're like, wow, that must have been great.
Yeah, that's all gone.
Nope. No, that's not.
By the way.
Melissa said, well, this is great. I'm like, this is fake money. It can't sustain itself. And it didn't. It crashed and burned. But I wanted to show you a couple places that we checked out. Now, this is up in the north area. We're going to go back to the Android cam here in a second.
But they have new construction going on all over
It's all
town.
over the place. But I wanted to give you a sense for where we were in this particular place. Yes, South Reno, as the people who we're never going to invite to the studio audience again might have mentioned. So if we go to let's go to the Android cam. I'll position, there we are. There it is. So this is all of Las Vegas, right? That's the 215 up over there, around there. Whee! So we're up over in this area here. Oh, hey, look at that. That was fun. So we're coming over here, turning, get straight, turning. Let's find Ann Road here. Where's Ann? There it is. So we're down in this area right around here in Ann Road, right? In here. And we looked at two properties. One of them was right about here. This is the 95 right here. So Ann Road is right around here. And the other one was over on this side, on the west side of 95, closer to 215. So the first one we're going to look at is these houses right around here. And what's interesting about that knee cam, okay, it's a sexy, we should have a thong cam. Thong cam, probably not. All right, no thong cam. So the first place we went to was a property or an area called, Melissa?
The first one we went to?
Yep.
That was this one, Loma Point, I believe.
Yeah, now here's what's pretty interesting about this. Loma Point, these houses are in the, I think we've got a graphic of their sign. Yeah, done by the Richmond American Homes. Yeah, that's it. That's where we're at. Look at that, from the 200s. When we were buying houses, you couldn't find anything for the 200s. Now, you can. And these are pretty nice houses. So these houses range from 2,000 square feet to about 2,300 square feet. Yep. And they only had one model home, so it wasn't as fun for only the Whitneys, apparently. Nobody else likes to do this. But we took some pictures because this is pretty impressive for the 200,000 range. I think this one was 200 and, do you remember which one it was? It was either 228, 281, or 299. I think it was 228.
Yeah.
So I think you could get.
And they were almost sold out in that community.
Oh yeah, that was it. They had about 15 or so properties, actually maybe about 20, and I would say 15 were sold. So these are selling again. So it's happening again.
And they were pretty much turning people off of that and trying to get people to go to
another
community
property.
They were just getting ready to open.
And we asked them, why is that happening? Why, what's going on? They said, well, all the short sales have been bought, all the foreclosures have been bought.
And so many investors are paying cash for the resales.
Right.
So if you're a regular, everyday person on the market that wants to buy a home, you might have your 20% down, but you don't have full cash. So for resales, you can't compete with the cash offers.
Right.
So those people are looking then at resale homes because an investor is not going to wait 6 months for their house to get built. So that's why all these new home construction are popping up, is because it's for the everyday folks that live here that are going to live in their homes that are going after these houses.
Yeah, actually, so I'm watching the live chat a little bit here, and Ted has said that we're lying, and that there's a huge shadow inventory of content. But then the banks aren't putting them on the market. So we're not lying. It's not available. So the banks are holding back for a variety of financial reasons in their bottom line. So they're just not releasing them right now. So if you go and try to buy a house in the, say, $200,000 to $400,000 range, either a foreclosure or a short sale, you're going to see multiple offers on that. And it's just the way it is right now. So
it was interesting to go there and see, you know, how when you go to these new home construction, they always show a map of all the lots and which ones are sold. I mean, I think they only had like a couple lots still left available at that community.
Right.
And so it was sold out. They had this, they gave us this brochure. I don't know if you can see this.
Yeah, we can. Camera 4.
But it shows where all the new home construction is for Richmond. So she started referring us to other communities. But look how many communities are in construction with. That's just Richmond.
Strips down here.
New home construction. So it was really interesting to go there, and it wasn't just there.
Okay.
You know, we went to another developer.
It was interesting because they after we got done looking at stuff, they were saying that they had bought some property that was once owned by Toll Brothers. So Toll Brothers here for a while was like the high-level properties. They're beautiful houses, and they were. That neighborhood, I think, was 500,000.
Yeah,
right?
that's called Hidden Canyon. That's a little bit more north.
And we didn't look at this, but she was talking to us about this.
Well, because they haven't opened yet.
Right. But we're going to go take a look. But they were $500,000 and above. We went to that neighborhood, right?
Yes.
And these guys.
They're all one-story homes.
Yeah, these guys went in and bought all the empty lots. So you're going to have Toll Brother homes. Actually, and this is a pretty cool map. Go ahead and show this. So what you're seeing where all these guys here, these are the houses that Richmond bought. All the other white areas are existing Toll Brother homes.
That have already sold.
That have already been sold and are there. So what you're going to have is this mixed thing, right? So imagine what's going to happen in that neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
But they're going to be required to build those Toll Brother homes are sort of like executive, really nice luxury homes. They are going to be required to build
at that level
a comparable home
at
also.
half the price. At half the price.
Yeah, well, that's the problem, right? But the homes they're going to build are going to be really.
They're going to be beautiful.
They gave us some of the floor plans, and these are big homes. These are 4,000. These are 3,500 to 4,000 square foot homes. You know, and these are they're very, very nice homes, you know. So it's very interesting to see. These homes will be in the 400,000 and above range.
Like here's an example of, you know, I think we liked this one. Which one did we really liked? Yeah, it was.
We liked it
was this one.
One that has the one that has the casita option. This one.
Oh yeah. So here's an example of. This is going to be 3,700 square feet. Camera 4. So you can see, I'll just do kind of a slow burn here. I mean, it's huge, great room. We like this because this here can be converted into a casita. You know, it's not standalone, it's connected, but it's pretty cool. All right, but I wanted to show you what a $200,000 house looks like. Because the difference between a $200,000 house in 2005, 2004, and 2013 is about that big. It's unbelievable. So a couple pictures of what we saw as we were walking around as the only couple who likes doing this, apparently. Everybody's dropping off. I don't like this thing. Formal dining room, $200,000. Keep going.
Which house is this?
This is that first house we went into. This is This is the 200,000 whatever.
Lomo.
Yeah. Nice island, big, huge kitchen. Next picture. This is from the kitchen looking into the great room living space, which is really popular here in Las Vegas, that kind of look. Next picture. Nice shot of the backyard. Next picture. Nice tub. Nice shower.
All tile granite.
Yeah, granite top, right? I mean, this is, all that stuff is, and it all comes with the house. This is not an upgrade. We spent $50,000 in upgrades in our house. It was ridiculous.
And didn't get granite.
And we didn't get granite, right. We have more pictures from that house? We should. Oh, that was it? Yeah, so, I mean, we walked through there going, wow, that's 250,000, 80, whatever it is. That's pretty cool. And it's
and about,
sniffing
what,
around.
2,300 square feet?
Yeah, 2,300 square feet. I mean, so it's a large house, 2,300 square feet, mid-twos, but not a short sale, not a desperate sale. They're selling these houses without much problem now.
And when we were there were people there signing contracts, picking out their stuff. It was very interesting. We haven't seen that in a long time.
Oh yeah, it was. It
in
was
both
happening.
communities there, and we went to that William Lyon one as well, and there were people there sitting down signing contracts too. So it was really interesting.
And the next place we went to, which was further west on Ann, we've been looking at this for quite some time. This is a place called, I think we have a graphic of it, Serenity Ridge is what they call it. These are all one-story homes. There you go. William, what are they called? William Lyons. This is a high-end guys. These are kind of like the Toll Brothers of today.
But this is another community where they went in and they were building one brand of home. Oh, no. This is a brand new community, actually.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And so if we look at the cam here, you can see what's going on here. So these are more expensive. But you're looking at,
they're big, though.
3,000 square feet all the way to 4,000 square feet here. And you're looking at, $400,000 up to almost $500,000, basically, right? So, these are much more expensive, and they're huge homes. And we took a bunch of pictures here just to get
because they had a bunch of models.
Yeah, they had 4 models. And
we had a lot of fun over there.
And you
all wouldn't have had fun.
It was just so interesting because I'm telling you, houses were this price, and they were half this size at the peak of Las Vegas.
And small lots.
These lots are a third
Some of them are third to half an acre.
Yeah,
and you do have lot fees, but they weren't as bad as some of the fees we were looking at.
Yeah, we saw lot fees that were in the.
And some of these had no lot fees.
Yeah,
remember that? Some had no lot fees.
That's true.
Some were
and a lot fee is
5,000.
if you've got a corner lot, you might pay $20,000 for the corner lot. If you've got a expanded or a larger middle lot, you might pay $5,000 or $10,000.
Or nothing here.
Or on the smaller ones it was nothing, but a lot of them had some kind of fee. But here's a couple of pictures of what we saw there. I mean, there's some beautiful stuff, and then also some stuff that I thought wasn't that great. So you can see this is actually a pretty common look in Vegas houses where the dining room, the great room or living room opens to big windows that go out into the backyard. I really like that look. So this is a nice shot. Next picture. I just happen to like that pool. Next.
We like our pools.
I like that pool too. Next. Rainbow pools, in case you care. So I was unimpressed with this kitchen. I actually like the kitchen in the $200,000 house better than this particular kitchen. First of all, I thought that table there was rather phallic. And it just I just didn't think it looked good. And it just looked kind of flat and plain and didn't really have any architectural, interest to me. But that look was repeated in several houses. That phallic table was in a couple houses as well. Didn't really understand the design there. Next. That's
the master bedroom.
This is a master bedroom in one of the houses. Yeah.
That's like a little sitting area.
So I think I'm shooting that from
Looks like a living room, doesn't it?
Isn't that crazy? I mean, these are huge houses. Next.
And it has those coifred ceilings.
That's Melissa looking out of a house. Next. I don't really like this. They had this water feature in the middle of their house. So the house is like a big U. And in the middle of the U, they had this really kind of cool water feature that I just thought it was kind of a classy little move there.
And that house had an in-law unit. So It had a bedroom that was kind of separated from the rest of the house, and it had a microwave and a refrigerator and a seating area, a bathroom, and a bedroom, all as sort of its own unit. And it also looked over that big rock fountain at the end. And the thing that's closest to us there is a sunken fire pit.
Yeah, fire pit. Next. Hello, Mr. Phallic. I can't get away from you. Better cabinets, darker. They have the wine rack and they have the wine refrigerator. We like that better. But it just, I don't know, it just didn't really jump out at me. Next. So Melissa and I had a debate about this, and I would like to get y'all's opinion on this. That's a microwave oven that's below the counter. I think that's the dumbest thing in the world.
Like it or hate it? Oh,
hate it.
Shouldn't...
Hate it, hate it, hate it.
But would you turn down a house because of that?
I would.
Well, I would. Says yes. They call it stupid. And they hate it.
Too low, hate, stupid, fail, fail, fail. The chat hates it.
Hates it.
I looked at that and thought that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Even Stu says it's out of the way.
Huh?
Even Stewart says it's out of the way.
Yeah, it was the worst. I mean, it was the worst architectural design decision I've seen in a house.
That should have been a refrigerator.
It could have been anything. It could have been. It could have been. You could have put the washing machine, the dishwasher there. I mean, it was so dumb. And it was such a big kitchen that they could have put it elsewhere, I think. But so it was really kind of a weird move. Next. This is the master bedroom. Beautiful. Isn't that nice? I love the little fireplace, little couch next to that. That's pretty nice. Next. That's the master bath. Very pretty. Love that shot. This was actually one of our favorite places. So at the far end of that room, the kitchen is to the left. At the far end of the room is a standalone bar. And around the corner from that bar is a pool table. I think we're going to come close to that, I think. Let's take a look.
That was a giant house.
Oh, guess not. Oh, you can see the pool table over there. Next. Is that the same one? And there she is at the bar. Next.
That's a nice bar.
That's from the bar looking back where I was shooting before. So that was a really nice layout there. You know, a very good room or a house for entertaining. Next. Second dumbest architectural design of all the houses. Now these are expensive houses. You should figure this out. If you look carefully, you can see the water pooling on the edge of the tub. If you turn on the faucet there, that's what happens when you turn the faucet off.
We can see it doesn't extend over the tub.
It doesn't go past. I mean, who designs that? I just don't get it.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that was pretty silly. Have you? Yeah, so it's been seen before. It just doesn't make any sense to me that people would do that, especially for that kind of a house. Next.
Oh my God, this was horrible.
So we walked into this house and we both looked at each other and went, "This is like Fred Flintstone's house."
Even look at the bar stool.
So it literally brought me. I felt like I was watching Boogie Nights.
And I wonder. I think it might have been the interior designer who picked out I wonder. Anyways, is it the entire?
Not that wall.
Isn't that horrible? And then
look at that. It literally looks like a 70s porn site where you could, a boom chicka bow, chicka bow.
And there's no fireplace. And there's no fireplace. It's this huge wall with just a TV on it. Wouldn't it have been better to have like a fireplace on there?
So for the live chat's like, "Hey, don't you love the 70s?" I love the 70s. Jackie says, "Hey, isn't that Carol Brady?" It looks like Carol Brady. That's funny.
That is funny.
Melissa and I were like, "This is such a neat room." And it's so poorly done. And also, to get to that bar, you have to go through the hallway to get into the bar.
Now, the good thing about that house is they had a humongous, in the hallway, though, it's kind of weirdly placed, a huge double wall wine
refrigerator thing.
Yeah, a giant floor-to-ceiling wine refrigerator. That was awesome.
Jackie's like, "I think that was Dirk Diggler." Next photo. I love that kind of, backyard thing where it's got
outdoor
the big
kitchen.
Yeah, I mean it's just very nice. They had pools in every one of these houses, which of course don't come with a house, but they were done by
you gotta pay extra for that.
Rainbow Pools, I think they were, and there were some really nice pools. I just like that outdoor in the shade kind of vibe, and that's really neat, especially when there's a big giant window that you can then walk into the house from. I just love that look. Next. This is pretty, isn't it?
That's the kitchen that's opposite that huge brick wall.
Right, that's the Flintstone house still. But you can see the difference when it's not so much, rock, stone, whatever you call that. But you've got, the granite and the regular walls and the tile in the back. It doesn't look quite so bad. But if you look at that and then you look back at the bar, you're like, Jesus, where's Barney?
It's all in one room, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. Next. This is a master bedroom. There's a bedroom, and then another room attached to it is like the seating area. That's not so bad.
I said if you were naughty, that's
where I would go. I'd sleep on the couch. Is that the last one?
Last one.
Yeah. So it's thank God that we've recovered and that we're building new homes. It's good, and it's nice to see that there's a wide range of homes here. I've actually seen new home constructions in the 100,000s as well, and they go much higher than that, of course. But I would say that if you're capable of making the move, boy, this would be a good time to look at new homes for sure. There's some things that you want to look out for that we dealt with and that we still deal with. One of this is this thing called a SID, an SID, and I forget what it stands for.
Special Improvement District.
Yeah, Special Improvement District. And what it is, it's basically a tax that they put on you to help build the neighborhood around you. So it's really big in master plan communities. So you'll see it at Summerlin, you'll see it at Aliante, you'll see it. Do you have one, Jacob? Yep. Yeah, so you see it at what's that called?
Parks.
Mountain's Edge.
It pays for the parks and the trails and.
Right. So a lot of people have those, and it hangs over your head, and it could be anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 that you just pay off. And if you sell your house, you have to talk about that. You have to say, we have a SID and the balance is $5,000 or $8,000. So, or lid. It's another version of that.
Or sometimes you have both.
Right, and then also you just got to watch the HOAs, and like our HOAs are very reasonable. But we have two HOAs. We have one for the master plan community, and then we have one for our own neighborhood as well.
Sub-association.
That's right. So, we have, now they're both reasonable. They're both $39. Now, it started off, I think the first one was $19, and the master plan was $39, and our neighborhood has gone up to $39 over the course of the last 5 years. But $39 and $39 is not a big deal. On the other hand, if you go to some of these high-rise apartments, like we were looking at Newport Loft as an idea for maybe the studio. I think I may have been drinking at the time. And we asked them, what's the HOA? And I think they said it was $500. And that's for the low-end 9,000 square foot place, which is smaller than our room here.
Well, that's different because you have to maintain.
900, I'm sorry, thank you.
But there you have to maintain all the.
Right, all that stuff.
All the, air conditioning.
Right, and if you go to a bigger place,
building.
you're going to spend more money. So their HOA scales depending on the size of your property, whereas everybody in my neighborhood pays the same amount of money for HOAs. So you just got to remember that that's out there and that some of these prices are stupid expensive. But for the housing, I don't think it's, you guys have, I'm not going to ask you what your HOAs are, but they're, is that for both?
We only have one.
You just have one?
Well,
you're not at Mountain's Edge? Oh, I thought you were at Mountain's Edge. You are.
But the difference is they have a pool that they pay for.
We're in condos. That pays for the roof.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
And the pool.
Right. So
that makes a big difference because pools are expensive.
Yeah, but I would say, come on out, man. There's a ton of properties that you saw on those two websites.
And people were signing contracts when we were
right
there.
Right there. It was happening. People were already picking out stuff and signing
interesting.
contracts, and it is happening here. Of course, you need to have a job. Okay, so maybe not everybody can come here because the unemployment's still a little high here. But it's getting better. Well, you were saying that pretty much anybody who wants a job who's got some skill will find a job now, right?
Yeah, it's not just here, but in the United States was our debate. The market is hot in the United States.
Hot. So that's it. Thanks everybody for coming out. Thanks to the live chat. Our live studio audience. It was great to be back with everybody. Thanks for the cake. It's always nice to celebrate your 40th birthday with cake.
Oh, I thought you were only 20-something.
Let's stop talking out loud about that. We're going to be back next week, I've decided. Because that's what we do. That's the part. I'm going to wear just the thong next week. And I expect our viewership will plummet as a result of that. Right. And but live chat was awesome today. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next week. And hopefully we'll be able to go to nice properties because of Hotel Tonight.
Well, for sure we'll have some interesting stories to tell.
Right. We may
No
be
doubt.
sleeping on the couch at Travelodge right over here. Okay. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.
Can you imagine?
What? For what? Oh, yeah, sure.
Take it.